So in this video, I just felt like putting a little bit of this information out there, or tips. It's more of a mindset for filmmakers or content creators. Something that I've seen in myself personally, but I know you hear all the time that gear doesn't matter. And that is true to an extent. But I think for me, I've always heard that, and I've always known that. And that's, it doesn't take a genius once you've been doing this for a while, like you can keep pouring money into this as a hobby or a career, and it will never end. You will never own it all, and you will never have the best of the best of everything. And if you do, you will have the best camera for maybe a couple months, maybe a month, and then it's obsolete. There's always something new, and there's always something better. It's easy to get stuck in the mindset that you can't make this film until you get this camera, or that you can't go full-time into a production company until you get all this gear, or that you can't start creating until you have a full set, full studio, multi-cam setup, the best mics, the best lenses. It's not going to happen, because you will never have the best of everything, and you will never have everything you think you need. So what I'm saying is the mindset that I've been trying to get into, and I felt like my career has done better. I've delivered better products for my clients, and I think I just create better content in general when I don't think about, and this might be common sense to most of you guys, but I'm sure there's some people out there who were stuck in the mindset that I was in. And it's kind of hard to explain, articulate this into words, but you get so caught up in the gear and love the camera, love the lenses, and then you're just so focused on the gear and how you use it. And now I'm not talking about how like gear that you can invest in gear that can make your job easier and make you think about things less. And to be honest, that's the gear to invest in. And not think about the gear, but think about the product you're making. So before you even think about how you're going to shoot something, what you're going to do, or even visualizing how you're going to film it, or how you're going to produce this piece of content, whether it's for a client or a piece of art or a film, a short film, a feature film for yourself. Think about that film or piece of content as the thing that you're obsessed with. That is the thing you want, right? I mean, what's the point of all this gear if you keep spending money into things if you're not creating anything with it? But you should be obsessed with that, the little file, the little file, digital file that you create, whether it's on your hard drive or you put it out into public, whatever it is. Obsess over what that is in the end, the final product. Obsess over that. Get excited over that. And when you think about that, that costs nothing. I mean, realistically, yeah, you need a camera or something, but that file itself you create. If anything, it can make you money, but it costs you nothing to make that file. Unless, I'm not talking about like the budget it would take to make a short film or a feature film. I mean, just wanting to create something when you have nothing and thinking that you need more when you have enough. So I've been running my production company for about 8 years, and there's still so many things I feel like I need to get that before I can do a certain type of project, which is not true at all. You don't need everything, and you can't own everything. You can always rent things too, but filmmaking, content creation, filmmaking, all of it, same concept applies no matter what it is you do, whether you're making video content just for the internet or films to enter festivals. It's all about troubleshooting and problem solving. And that's really what this field is. And if you don't enjoy that, then there's probably not a future in this, whether it as a hobby in arts or as a career making commercials or selling films. Nothing ever goes as planned anyway in your head. So even on any experienced filmmaker would know this. You plan, you storyboard, you show up, there's always tweaks, there's always changes. Nothing goes 100% to plan. And that's normal. That's part of this. Sometimes you bring extra gear and you don't use it. Or thinking about the extra gear stresses you out more than making the content itself, when in reality you just need something to capture the image. to tell the story. To tell the story, you just need something to capture the image and some decent audio. But when you get excited about the final product and you look forward to that, and look forward to that as if you just ordered a brand new camera and you're waiting for that to come in the mail, or you ordered a new lens, that feeling of excitement, that lens can help you. But I think it's easy to get caught up in that excitement feeling of just buying gear and owning it, and the excitement of wanting to use it, and what is the potential of this piece of gear, and what can this gear do for me, and not think about what you need to do and what are the tools going to help you get to that final video project or film. And when you really look at I guarantee most of your projects you need and what you need to do requires way less gear than what you think you need, and is significantly cheaper than you think it would be. And nowadays you can do almost anything significantly cheaper. I mean, with the price of gimbals, cheap sliders, audio is so easy to get into good audio. Autofocus now. You got in-body stabilization. The new Sony cameras have the built-in gyro data that makes it almost seem like you have a gimbal built into your camera. I mean, I know these cameras are expensive, but I'm just saying that you don't have to spend so much money to go further in your production value anymore these days. Your dollar goes further in this field than what it used to. I mean, I'm sure you hear experienced people say, and you know this yourself, is your phone in your pocket. The phone that you have, these things right here are significantly better quality than any camera I had when I first started doing this. And I'm not saying gear doesn't matter, but pay attention to the type of gear that does matter and what you are purchasing. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of gear and buying things that you don't actually need, or things you want to use but you just don't have a use for it. Whether that means you're not landing the clients or doing the type of work that you want to use that certain lens for or that certain camera for. And I personally ran into this when I started. I started in this career doing wedding films, but I was constantly investing in cine lenses, and I bought like the Blackmagic. I was using lens adapters. I was using all manual setups, and it just was not functioning for me. I had manual sliders with rails. You don't have time to settle that up with at weddings by yourself. I mean, I had good gear to do narrative films. I did not have good gear to do run and gun documentaries. I do now because I started doing more and knowing what I needed. But that's just what you'll learn as you do more things. So I say do more things, invest more time into the craft before you invest any more money into it, buying gear. It's so easy to start collecting gear and not use it all for the things that you need. All that to say, fall in love with the final product, not the tools that get you there.